in 90 years. Why? Before I reply to the main question asked by the brother from Pakistan, he said this is the third attempt and he's confident that I will reply this time, inshallah. I believe because he used the word inshallah, maybe Allah made it possible for me to pick up this question. But let me remind all the viewers that every week, alhamdulillah, on the WhatsApp, there are thousands of questions asked. We normally, as I said in the start of my lecture, that the maximum chances that question will be asked would be from the subscriber on the Al Hidayah platform, and that's the new platform. Very few questions are asked from there. Then thousands are asked on the WhatsApp in a week's time. And on the Facebook and YouTube, we only take questions during the live session. The questions that are asked daily, we don't look at it at all. Only those questions which are asked during these 2 hours of the session, we pick up from them. And there are thousands of questions asked on the Facebook during these 2 hours, and thousands of questions even asked on the YouTube during these 4 hours, during these 2 hours. On average, all put together, you can easily say that there are more than 15,000 questions asked, maybe about 5,000 questions asked on the WhatsApp as the text message. From these 5,000 questions, there is a person who is not able to read all. He reads maybe 1,000 or 2,000 questions, and he sends me 100 selected from them. From that 100, I pick up about 10 questions to be asked. That means from the 5,000 questions approximately asked on the WhatsApp, a couple of thousand I read, 100 I picked up, given to me. From that 100 I pick up 10. So 10 out of 5,000, that is every 501 question is selected, that is 0.2%. So if a person, 500 people ask a question, the chances that I will answer is 1. But you have to realize that from these 5,000 questions, many questions are repeated and asked by different people, but the question is the same. So on average, on a rough calculation, maybe each question that is asked is repeated approximately 10 times. Like for example, this question on Twitter, maybe a few hundred may have come. So actually out of the 15,000 questions, if you remove the duplicates that have been asked before and now, there may be about 500 new questions, out of which about 100 are given to me, and I select and answer about 10. So 10 out of 500, that is approximately 2%. From the live questions that come on the YouTube, maybe I'll answer about 2. From Al Hidayah platform, very few asked, I may answer 1. From the YouTube, from the thousands that are asked, another few thousand, maybe I'll answer about 2. From the Facebook, I may pick up 1 or 2. So on average, approximately 14, 15 questions I answer, sometimes less, sometimes more. I'm just giving the explanation is that, just to let you know, that it is very difficult to answer all the questions. So I prefer selecting few questions and answering it properly rather than giving the answer in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I sometimes take 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 24 minutes, and I see to it that I avoid repeating the same question. And when I answer the question, I answer in different angles also, so that question related to that question. Other questions are also answered. So I may not pick up the question of that particular person by name, but when I'm answering on the same topic, someone else who has asked, I'm covering the questions. So I'm trying to kill more birds with one stone. Less questions, but more people are being answered. So when I'm answering at a time about 15 questions, maybe 150 questions answered related to the same topic. In this way, alhamdulillah, it becomes easier to cover more topics. And we have already finished more than a year. So next year there are more repetitions. So we see to it that I don't repeat answering the same question. There may be very few which are repetitions. There may be a different angle to it, or some new point has to be added. But while answering, I cover many points so that the topic itself is covered. Now coming to the question. The question posed by Brother Iftikhar from Lahore, Pakistan. is